Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of solar cell and panel fabrication. Today, we'll walk you through the key steps involved in transforming raw materials into efficient solar panels. Get ready to be amazed by the ingenuity and science behind harnessing the sun's energy. We're going to uncover the journey from simple sand to a device that can power your home. It's going to be a blast. Our journey begins with quartz, one of the most common minerals on Earth. You've probably walked on beaches of the stuff. Quartz is amazing, and you know what else is amazing? It's made of silicon dioxide. That's right, silicon, the key ingredient in our solar cells. To get that silicon, we heat the quartz to extremely high temperatures in a furnace. This isn't your backyard barbecue, folks. We're talking over 2,000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt steel. The intense heat forces the silicon dioxide to react with carbon, and guess what's left? You got it, pure silicon. This silicon is then melted again and carefully cooled to form huge cylindrical ingots. These ingots are the building blocks of our solar cells. So we've got our silicon ingots, but they're not quite ready for prime time. Remember how I said we need super pure silicon for solar cells? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The silicon from the ingots is further purified to remove any lingering impurities. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to bake a cake with flour that still has some twigs and pebbles in it. Not very appetizing, right? The same goes for solar cells. We use a special process called the Siemens process, which uses chemistry to separate the silicon from any remaining impurities. It's like using a superfine sieve to get rid of even the tiniest specks of dirt. The result? Super pure metallurgical grade silicon. This high-quality silicon is what allows us to create efficient and long-lasting solar cells. Now things start to get really exciting. Remember those silicon ingots we talked about? Well, now it's time to slice and dice them. The ingots are carefully sliced into thin, round wafers, kind of like slicing a loaf of bread, but much more precise. These wafers are incredibly thin, often less than 200 micrometers thick. To put that in perspective, that's thinner than a human hair. These wafers form the heart of our solar cells, the stage upon which the magic of solar energy conversion will take place. There are two main types of wafers, monocrystalline and polycrystalline. Monocrystalline wafers are made from a single continuous crystal structure, while polycrystalline wafers are made up of multiple smaller crystals. Each type has its own advantages, but both play a crucial role in capturing those precious photons from the sun and turning them into electricity. Okay folks, it's time to dive into the nitty-gritty of solar cell science. Our silicon wafers are looking pretty slick, but they need a little something extra to become powerhouses of renewable energy. That's where doping comes in. Doping is the process of intentionally introducing impurities into the silicon crystal structure. It sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it's like giving our wafers a superpower. By adding specific impurities like boron or phosphorus, we can alter the electrical properties of the silicon, making it much more conductive. This is crucial for creating the electric field within the solar cell that allows it to generate electricity. Once the silicon is doped, it undergoes a process called diffusion. This involves heating the wafer to high temperatures, allowing the impurities to spread evenly throughout the silicon crystal lattice. Finally, we need to protect our precious wafers from contamination. This is where passivation comes in. A thin layer of protective material, usually silicon nitride, is deposited onto the wafer surface. This acts like a shield, preventing any unwanted elements from interfering with the solar cell's performance. Hold on to your hats because things are about to get electrifying. Our doped, diffused and passivated wafers are almost ready to become solar cells. But first, they need a way to collect and transport all those electrons energized by sunlight. Enter screen printing, a technique you might recognize from making t-shirts. But in this case, we're printing with conductive inks made from silver or aluminum paste. These inks create the intricate network of fingers and bus bars that you see on the surface of a solar cell. The fingers act like tiny wires, collecting the electrical current generated by the solar cell. These fingers then channel the current to the thicker bus bars, which act like highways, carrying the electricity to the edges of the cell and onward to power our homes and cities. We've got our individual solar cells, each one a tiny powerhouse of renewable energy. Now it's time to bring them together and create a solar panel, a force to be reckoned with in the fight against climate change. The solar cells are carefully laid out and connected together in a process called stringing. These strings of cells are then laminated between layers of protective materials like glass and plastic to shield them from the elements. Think of it like making a solar sandwich. You've got your solar cells as the filling, and the lamination layers act as the bread, protecting them and holding everything together. Finally, the laminated panel is framed, usually with aluminum, to provide structural support and make it easy to mount on rooftops or in solar farms. Our solar panels are looking sharp and ready to soak up some sun. But before we unleash them onto the world, they must pass rigorous testing to ensure they meet the highest standards of performance, safety, and reliability. These panels are subjected to a battery of tests, like checking their electrical output under various light conditions, simulating extreme temperatures and humidity, and even undergoing mechanical stress tests. We want to make sure these panels can withstand anything Mother Nature throws at them. Only after passing these grueling tests are the solar panels given the seal of approval, ready to embark on their mission to provide clean, renewable energy for years to come. And there you have it. From raw material extraction to rigorous quality control, these are the key steps involved in the fabrication of solar cells and panels. Thanks for joining us on this enlightening journey. We've seen firsthand how ingenuity, science, and a dash of sunshine come together to create a technology that has the potential to revolutionize the way we power our world. So next time you see a solar panel, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it took from humble sand to a beacon of clean energy. It's a journey that fills me with hope for a brighter, more sustainable future for generations to come.